What's up YouTube? My name's April Rose. If you're new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now and that thumbs up button just because you think I'm cute. And let's get into today's video because we've got a shit ton to do. I'm actually really excited for today's video. It's been a long time. It's been a while. I miss you guys. I know I say that shit every time, but I do miss you guys. I miss recording. As you guys can see, I kind of got a little studio set up. I bought some studio equipment, some lighting and backdrop and shit. So I'm really about to get into the YouTube shit. You guys are about to see a lot more April. I've been on my drag pages. If you're not following any of my drag pages, go do that right now. I'll link all my socials in the description boxes below, or the description box below. But I've been on all of my social medias, asking you guys what you guys have wanted to see content wise, and I've gotten hella suggestions. So I'm really excited to start creating content for you guys. I know I have a list of and a schedule of a lot of shit that I want to do for you guys. So I think really I'm about to just change my whole YouTube channel into my drag channel. So if you're not with it, split it. I don't know what to say. But anyways, I'm really excited for all of this. I'm excited to share what I've learned through my short adventures as a drag queen so far. And I'm also excited to take you guys on my journey in the future. So I plan on doing a lot of more vlogs, a lot of more just backstage things, or just a lot of stuff because I am performing a lot now. I'm actually hosting my own show. So that's really exciting. I'm just doing a lot in my drag career and I'm excited to take you guys on this journey. Anyways, I feel like I'm talking a lot, which I always do at the beginning of my videos. So I really need to hurry up and just get into this video because as you guys can see, I'm clearly buoyed up right now. I have way too much facial hair for my liking, and my eyebrows are coming back in. So I'm about to go shave my face and get my skin together. I will do a video in the future on what I do, my pre-drag, pre-makeup routine or whatever. But I've been talking too long, so I don't feel like doing that right now. I will be doing a video on how I cover my eyebrows. I think coming up either this week or next week. It should be this week. I have to check the schedule. But I will be getting that out to you guys very, very soon. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about that. So I will get that out to you guys soon. But as for today, I'm showing you guys my full drag routine, my full makeup. Well, not my full, I guess, because you're not seeing me cover my eyebrows and shape, but everything else. I'm showing you guys how I get into drag head to toe, how I do my face. Okay, maybe not head to toe either. How I do my face. You guys will see head to lower neck. How I do my face, how I do just my full drag routine, my eyes and all that jazz. So we're gonna get into that now. I've been talking, like I said, way too much. I'm gonna go shave and do some other skincare routine crap, cover my eyebrows, and I will be back in a second. I want to try to do a TikTok transition, but if this fails, please do not laugh at me. And I am back with no eyebrows and no facial hair, and I'm ready to get into this face, honey. So let's just dive in. Like I said, I'll go over how I block my eyebrows. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in my next video. If not, there's no reason why it can't be, so I'll just do that in my next video. Okay, so first things first is my color correcting. And I used to not be that girl that color corrected, but I cannot do my makeup without it now. I just feel like it helps correct so much. I don't know. So basically I have warmer skin. My skin tones underneath are red. So I use a reddish color corrector to block out any of the darker areas. So when I put on my foundation, it's just you don't see any different coloration, or you don't see, what's the word? Discoloration. You don't see any discoloration. It's just a smooth one color foundation, so I can start off with a clean base. And that's kind of what you want to start off with. So if you don't have any discoloration, girl, go ahead and start off with the foundation. If you do and you want to kind of help that discoloration, find out what your undertones are, and then go into finding the correct color corrector for you, and then where you need to color correct. I can give you a little more information about that later, but as of now, I'm just gonna go into all the dark areas on my face with this red color corrector from LA Pro Girl Conceal. And then now I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger. Okay, so as you can see, I've covered basically all the dark areas I have on my face. So my beard area, my mustache area, I have these natural kind of dark mark contour areas on the side of my face. So I cover those as well. And I just get all up in there, and then I cover up the dark circles on the bridge of my nose, kind of there. If you, like I said, when you figure out where you need to color correct, it's really just up to you and how you feel like your face needs to be corrected. I don't know if that's how I should say that, but it's really just how you feel like the colors of your face should be corrected before you put in your foundation on, so you can get that smooth one color, one shade foundation. Yeah. Next, I'm just gonna set that in place with my Coty Airspun. This is translucent powder. I'm just gonna set that so it doesn't move with my foundation. Also, you guys, probably every one of my products I'm using today, you can either find at a beauty supply store, a Walmart, or I don't use crazy, like my eyeshadow palettes I got from like Ulta, but again, they're not that expensive. Like most of my, none of the products I use are over, except my eyeshadow palettes are over like $20, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't necessarily a drugstore product video, but most of my products could be found at a drugstore, okay? I mean, the drugstore will get you through there. Like, I'm not saying like, ain't no shame. Like, I probably use these products for the rest of my life, honestly. They get me through there. Okay, so I'm just going to set my face with this setting spray. It's actually just a hydrating facial mist. It's not really a setting spray. Just to give the face a little moisture, because we just put all that powder on it. Okay, so we're gonna let that cool. And now we're gonna get into Mist foundation. Okay, so generally, you guys, for my foundation, I use Maybeline Fitme foundation, which has gotten me through there since day one. Until I find a more, like a cheaper, I know there's like crazy, like really good full coverage foundations. This is a pretty good full coverage foundation, but it's a little liquidy, so you do have to apply it, like do layers, you know what I mean? Rather than like a Krylon or something more expensive where you just have to really just go one time and be done. So you do have to kind of layer this up, but it's less than $5. I don't know how expensive it is, but I can always find my perfect shade. They have a great range of colors for brown girls. Like their different shades are amazing. And even, for like really all of their shades are just like really good. They just have a really, really, really wide range of shades. So I think Maybeline Fitme is a really good foundation if you're kind of just starting or kind of just looking to play around with different foundations to find yours. Look into Maybeline Fitme for sure. Also, you guys, so this makeup tutorial or like this my drag transformation is my drag transformation. So it's kind of like just what I do. It's not, there isn't like a set rule of how to get into drag or how to do drag makeup. But this is my rules or the way I do it. That being said, it is more for colored girls, more for the chocolate bitches, more for my ebony enchantresses. But makeup is really, it's all the same, you know what I mean? Like, anyone can really look at this tutorial and really just once you find the colors for your shades, then just apply the same techniques. And you'll see that as we go along in the video. I'll talk more about that. But again, so we're going with our foundations. In the Maybeline Fitme, I use the Spicy Brown, it's 338. And so I've got my Real Technique sponge. I just dampened it up with my Hydrating Mist spray, and I'm just gonna go in and cover the face. Don't forget your neck. Okay, and then once you're all foundationed up and looking smooth and one colory, we're gonna go in and with our brown powder. So this powder I have is from Black Radiance. It's actually what I use for my eyebrows as well. It's in the color Honeymoon. And I'm just going to get some of this powder and just kind of set the foundation so it stays there and doesn't move around while we're going on top of it. So that sets all of that in place. So now that that powder is all on my face and set in place, I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of this hydrating mist just to calm the face. I like to hydrate and mist my face whenever I add like a powder or anything, just so my skin doesn't dry out, because that powder will get you, honey. You'll be looking like a Krusty Krab. We don't need none of that. So now that our face is here, I either like to go in with my eyebrows or concealer. I'm thinking, it really just depends on my mood. I'm thinking eyebrows. So I'm gonna grab my Juvia's Place palette. And with this brown shade here, I'm going to start mapping out some eyebrows. Do not judge my palettes today. I don't wanna hear it. I don't wanna hear it, baby. I'm a drag queen. I go through a lot, okay? And this is just what we got, okay? The palettes are going to look like what they look like, but they still get the job done. Actually, this palette was probably like $16 if I'm being completely honest. So again, like not crazy expensive, not one like a cheaper Walmart palette. I wouldn't get one of those if we're being honest. Those are gonna give you that I'm just starting off with makeup look, yeah. If I was just starting off doing my makeup, I would have liked to know to just invest more into my palettes off the bat, so I don't look like a crusty crab, okay? Because those cheaper like $4, $5 eyeshadow palettes will have you looking like a crusty crab for sure, and we don't need none of that. All right, so I'm just dipping my angled flat brush into my eyeshadow so I'm just mapping it out with this lighter shade, drawing at an angle upwards here. And then when I get to the top of my eye, I start really at the tip of where my normal eyebrow starts, is where I start. And I start drawing up. And then when I get to like right above where my actual eyebrow is, I'll start drawing flat. So I'll go at an angle and then flat to the back, okay? Okay, and don't worry about if it's like super perfect. Try to get it to where you want it to be, just so we can see, or just so you can see where you have it. But it doesn't have to be crazy perfect because we are gonna go in later and clean it up with some concealer. Still, just keep that in mind as you are going through your eyebrow process. Also, a good thing to keep in mind is your eyebrow. I know people say this all the time, but it's really important. Your eyebrows are not supposed to be twins; they are sisters. Sometimes they may even be long distance cousins. Okay, and I am fully aware of how crazy my eyebrows look at this very moment. Fully aware. But let me tell you, baby, I'm about to turn it out. So I'm gonna grab this flat angled brush that I have here that I've been using for concealer to clean my eyebrows with. Going back with my good old handy dandy LA Pro Girl Conceal. I don't know why I say Pro Girl Conceal. It's LA Pro Conceal. I just feel like it should be like LA Girl or something, I don't know. But I'm using that in Porcelain, which is one of its brightest colors, under my eyebrow, just for my under eye highlight, or under eyebrow highlight. So basically, I'm just following under my eyebrows and cleaning all that up. So I can get more of a togetherness shape for my eyebrows so they can look a little bit more identical, a little bit more clean. And this one's like huge, so I'm just gonna clean them all up. Just give me just a sec. Baby, she's an eyebrow. She's getting there. All right, and once I have that all blended out and nice and smooth underneath the eyebrow, and I'm happy with that shape, I'm gonna go on top of the eyebrow with a darker color, kind of closer to my foundation color, but not all the way there. It's a little bit brighter so you can see it, but you don't want it to stand out as much as the under eye highlight. You don't want your eyebrow to look like it's in like a halo of light. Yeah, you just want it to look very natural. Well, if you're doing my makeup look, I want it to look very natural. I want it to let it just blend into the foundation very seamlessly. So what I'm doing for that is I use a rounder flat brush. I don't know if I've been talking about what kind of brushes these are. This is the M421. I don't know if I'm gonna continue that during this video, but whatever. I'm using a darker concealer for my upper eye highlight, or my upper brow highlight. It's Warm Honey from LA Pro Conceal, and I'm actually going to mix that with the foundation that I've been using. So it's really, really similar to my foundation color, but you can see a little bit of like brightness to it. You can see a little bit of it just lets that pop. Just so, I don't know, I love the color that it makes. Start at the corner, kind of like right before the corner, and give me that arch, and then I go straight back. Yes! Those are the brows. Those are the brows for today, and I'm done with the brows. You can't do too much. You can't spend too much time on the brows. You just gotta let them be, grow into them, grow into loving them. You know what I mean? I'm going to go in with my concealer. All right, so from my eyebrows, I usually go into my concealer, my under eye concealer, just to brighten it up and give me a more fishy, feminine face. So I'm going to go in with my Nude, still with my LA Pro conceal. You know, I'm true to it. We don't mess around. Going in with my Nude. So it's a good idea to look into what, like I said earlier, your undertones are, what colors your undertones are, so you can go and find the correct concealers for you. Because concealers have undertones too. If you use the wrong color concealer, you might look a little ashy, or you might look a little like, I don't know, dim under the eyes. Just look around to find what undertones you have. Usually darker skin colors have more of a warmer skin tone, whereas a more pale, brighter skin color have more blue, greenish undertones. A good way to check, I know, is like the whole vein thing, to look to see your veins. It's a quick Google search. I'm not about to do the work for you. Go look it up to see how you can do that. Anyway, I'm going with my Nude. So with LA, one thing about LA Pro Conceal, it does dry out fast. So I like to, not dry out in the sense of like keeps your face dry, but dries out in the sense of when you put it on, you gotta hurry up and blend it in, or it'll kind of just like be hard to blend. The sooner you blend it out when you put it on, the more smooth finish you'll have with LA Pro Conceal. So I like to put it on straight from the tube in the direction that I would like to be lifted, and that's up this way. So I'll go on one cheek, and then I'll get my Beauty's blender, make sure it's damp and wet, honey, and just start blending it up. And then I'll do the same thing for the other side. Okay, and then I'll go in with another layer just to get a little more brighter. I'll stay kind of closer to the under eye, like this. Okay, from there, I'm going to grab the porcelain that we use under the under eye. I'm actually going to go into the corners here of my face, and then the outsides of my eyes. And then I'm gonna blend that in. Just kind of lifts the face just a slight more, gives it a more kind of feel it to the eye. What I'm gonna do is kind of highlight that again. So LA Pro Girl has this highlighter. It's super, super, super liquidy. It's not like the best highlighter. I'm kind of looking to see if there's any more. But you kind of put this over your concealer areas, and it just brightens them just a bit more. But the consistency of this is just so like not thick. It's so different than the regular LA Pro Girl. It's kind of annoying. But we got what we got. I like to be very bright under the eyes. I like to look very like, what was that? What did you say? That's me. So if you ever want to do an impersonation of me, There it is. As you can see, I don't really do much with the highlight on my forehead. I don't really do much with anything on my forehead. I just kind of, well, I contour it. I just kind of get scared like it's gonna look crazy. I also don't do too much on my chin. I'll highlight it a little bit, but I just don't go crazy. I know some queens that like literally put highlight right here, like, and just, I don't know, that's weird to me. But I'll blend it out a little bit just so we can see something. Gonna blend that into my foundation there. I don't like to look like the crimson chin. You know what I mean? I don't want my chin to be the first thing you meet. I want it to be me. So my contour is running out. I should have known that, I forgot. But I use, what brand? I don't even know what brand it is. It's black. Is it? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Black Opal, True Color. I don't know. I just found this shade one time in Walmart, I think, and I was like, oh, that's cute. I think I was looking at the containers. The containers are pretty cute. But I'm running out, and it's been a pretty good shade. Basically what I do is I just put a little bit on my cheekbone over here. A little bit over here. Right on the cheekbone. Just up here because I'm gonna blend it out and it spreads really easily. This brand in particular. On the corner up here. And then the corner up there. Some down there and then some down there. And then I'm just going to blend, 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 blend. Actually, let me dampen my brush up. That helps it blend a little bit more. And then I'm just gonna blend that all. And from there, I like to grab my Porcelain concealer and then kind of just go right there and then blend that out just so we can have a little smoother blend into that contour from the highlighted area. If you want to go back in with a little bit more of your contour, you can, just to kind of darken it back up. I'm not much of a powder contour person. This is as much contour as I do. From here, I'll go in with my under the cheek highlight. And this is just to let that contour kind of pop a little bit more, just so your face looks like it's really going. I'm going to go in with that Warm Honey concealer that we used earlier for the above brow highlight. If I could find it. So generally, I'll just go in with that same flat brush I use for the above brow. And I will start at I don't know what this thing on your ear is called. I don't know what anything on your ear is called, actually. But, oh, this is the ear lobe, I know that. Right? Anyways, where this, like, pokey, hard thing is on your ear, like right at the tip, I'll start there. And I'll draw a straight line from here to, like, right, kind of where my eye starts, I guess. Like, right under it. Really just to where your makeup kind of runs out. Kind of just stop there. And let it kind of just fade out. And then I'll bring that down and blend her out. And then what I do is I like a really rounded cut here for some reason. I don't know where that came from, why I do that. People ask me why I do that all the time. It used to be like really sharp, but I've kind of been rounding it out a lot lately. But I just, so what I'm saying is most queens will just do this cut here and just stop here. But I like to bring it up. And I feel like it just gives my cheek more of like I don't know, more of like a higher push. I feel like I sound fucking crazy. Does that make sense? I don't know. You'll see when I'm done. You'll see when I do it. Hold on. Let me just... So from here, I'll just follow the natural line, or not the natural line, the line I created earlier with this blending into the contour from my highlight earlier. And just kind of create a curve up. Yeah, I don't know, it just gives it more of a curved effect. And then I like to blend that all out with the sponge I use with my foundation, just to give it a natural finish. Oh yes, gold. I just like feel like a woman. You know what I mean? That feeling is fucking insane. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So be right back. Now we're gonna move into the nose. Let's just say a quick prayer for the nose. For the nose, I like to use the same brush that I use for my eyebrows. It's a flat, it's not super flat. It's a little fluffier for my powders and stuff. It softens the line up just as much as I need it. So I don't have like a crazy super hard flat brush, but it's not like the fluffiest flat brush either. It's kind of in between, so I don't have like a super hard line, but I do want to see some type of definition on the nose so we can see where the shadow falls. Basically what on my nose is that I like to do, I just like to make it look like I cannot breathe, right? So I like to have it really skinny up here and then kind of widen it up at the top. For my Juvia's Place palette, I'll use that same light color brown there, and I'll start at the tip of my nose and kind of draw an angle going up, and then I'll do the same on the other side, basically creating like an upside down triangle or a V. Okay, she's actually kind of cute. We're not mad at her. So what I'm gonna do with those lines, is I'm going to just blend them out. So I'm gonna grab them and then just pull down and just kind of blend that out. Okay, once you have that kind of pulled out and blended out, I like to use, so this, you guys, this is actually the same. Okay, so this is my foundation, like a powder foundation by Loreal, and the foundation, the color that I use, the same foundation like thing, I don't even know what to call it, that I used in high school. Like I still have it. I mean, it's like on its last legs, like it's like on the edges. Y'all, I used to go to high school and I would just put, like I would grab like a little sponge things that these came with. So like not even like the actual thing, but like the little circle, little white sponge that these came with. Go to town on my face. Like great, just foundation powder. Like that was it. And then sometimes I would, like on Fridays, I would think I was cute and fill in my eyebrows and put a little mascara on. And maybe I would put like some gold on the corners of my eyes. And that gold was like a gold like lipstick or something. It wasn't like, I didn't have any eyeshadow palettes. Ciao, a miss. I'm gonna grab this really tiny brush, and then I'm going to use that to blend that out even more on the sides of my nose, just so we can have a really seamless blend. Call the ambulance, because I cannot breathe. Okay, and then so for the tip of my nose, I'll take the actual tip of the brush, go into the Porcelain concealer, so that really bright concealer I was using under the eye, or I'm sorry, under my eyebrow, and I'll just tap a little dot right, kind of like above the tip of my nose. So like I'm just bringing the tip of my nose where it usually, so my tip of my nose is like right here. I'm gonna bring that up to like right here, so I'm cuter. Bada boom, bada bam. That is my face. That's the foundation of the face, really. Before we get into anything crazy. So what I like to do from there is just set it down. So I'll get a bunch of my translucent Coty Airspun powder. Also, you can find that at Walmart. It's like I'm using just like a fluffy brush or fluffy, I don't know what this is, a fluffy sponge, I guess. Fluffy little thing. I think it comes with a Coty Airspun. And I'm just gonna set everything. So I'm gonna press it into my whole face. Be careful with the nose highlight there, because it is just kind of just sitting there, so it can kind of spread around, but just kind of go crazy. Okay, once you have that all over your face and you look crazy, I'm going to dip my fluffy brush into my powder, a little bit of my brown powder, just so we can, because we're gonna brush all this off, obviously, but we don't wanna look ashy. That's what we don't wanna do. So what I do to combat that ashiness is I'll dip my big fluffy brush into that brown powder, just so when we brush it off, it kind of leaves like a brownish tint to that ashiness. I'll grab this, like, this is just like a smaller brush I found, or a smaller sponge I found in like this little kit of sponges one time, but I've been using it ever since. I'll go back into my translucent powder to set under the eyes, just so when we're doing our eye makeup and I have any fallout or anything, there's something to fall into. This also just kind of brightens up under the eye just a little bit more. So I'm going right at the corner of my eye there, pressing it there and blending it in to the nose. So I'm going to the other side of the sponge there, and blending that up into the nose so it kind of seamlessly all blends together. And then I'm going in. And then again, going to the other side of that sponge and blending that out, just so we don't see that kind of line later after we dust it all off. Really focusing on my inner corners of my eyes and then the outers here, just so we can really make the eyes lift and look as high and awake as we can. Not high, yes high, but just as awake as we can. Cool, and with that same spongy sponge, I'll get my Black Radiance powder. This powder is banana powder. It's not the best powder. I usually mix this with some brown of my honey mix, or my honeymoon powder. So this is like a lighter powder mixture. But I'm using that to set this under here, just so we don't lose that later. So once you have your face all set and you feel cute and fab, it's time to move on to the eyes. Yeah, I'm using my James Charles palette. I know he's been a little controversial lately, but honey, his palettes will get you through there, okay? I just don't understand why nobody else has come up with like a basic primary color, like just basic palette. Like everyone's doing all these crazy palettes, but I'm like, James Charles is the only person that has a palette that is like every color you just need. First off, I'm gonna find me a nice fluffy brush. One thing I've definitely learned about eyes, and one thing that's helped me out a lot, is that fluffier brushes will give you a better blend. So if you're really looking to like blend and go crazy with your blending, a fluffy brush will get you together. I'm gonna go in with the fluffy brush with this brownish shade here. Kind of mix it with that. Give me one of those, some of that action going there. And I'm going to go in the corner of my eye in the back here. And then once you've got that on, I'm going to take this tannish color, kind of mix it with that brown tan. I'm going to go in with this kind of like deeper color here, just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. Going back into this tannish color and just blending it out all around. Y'all, we are women. We are wint mint. Okay. From there, I'm going to cut my crease or create my lid if you prefer that. So I'm going to take my concealer, that flat rounded brush I was using earlier, tap that onto my actual eyelid, like so, and then I'm going to look up and around, and that up and around is going to tell you where you can start your cut crease, or how high your cut crease should go. So I'm going to start where that was, maybe go a little bit higher, just to be on the safe side. And then I like to take my cut crease to in front of the corner of my eye, so it kind of creates a bigger eye shape for myself. And with that cut crease, you can create any shape of lid that you would like. I like to just follow my natural lid that's already there, but you can create any shape of lid that you would like, that you feel is necessary for your look. Here's your cut crease. So I like to start off from the back. I'll go in with that same brush, not adding anything, but just that darker brush that we were using earlier, and kind of just blending that in to that cut crease. I'm not gonna go into my other eye just yet, just because, like I said earlier, that concealer kind of dries up, and you want it to stay tacky when you're doing your cut creases, so the powder from the shadows can stick to the concealer. And then I'll grab a smaller brush and go into some whites and start off. And then I'll go in with that tannish color from that white to blend it into that darker brownish color, just so it kind of all blends there. I like to kind of blend it at an angle just to give my eye more of an angle shape. Same thing with that darker color, just kind of coming in at an angle. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I don't think I like that tan color, so I think I'm gonna go in with that reddish brownish color. Yeah, maybe go in from the tan to that. Right? Totally. Totally.
Oh, is it you saucy?
So really just kind of go back and forth with those colors until you feel like it's a very comfortable blend for yourself. I like to just kind of battle. It's really just a battle between the colors. Like I'll go back between the white, between the tan, between the red, between the black. Really just depends on whatever color I'm using, you know. But you want the blend to be there, honey. You want it to look smooth. You want it to be blended. You don't want it to be clocked by the girl. So blend, blend, blend. And then I'm just gonna go to my other eye and do the same thing. So give me just a sec, I'll be right back. With that eyeliner, I like to use this, I don't even know what this is. Master Precise All Day by Maybeline. It has a really fine tip, and it's like a pencil, so like I like to hold it. Some mascaras like just are fucking crazy. Like the shapes of them, I'm like, I'm trying to get just a good line on my eye. What do you expect me to do with this fucking obtuse ass eyeliner? Place my finger. So what I do is I'll draw a line up, starting from my eye, either on this eye, I think on this side I draw a line down, but on this eye I'll draw a line up, and then from that tip I'll draw a line down. So just kind of watch. And in drag, the point of the eyeliner is to change the shape of the eye, to give it a more squinty, slanty, feminine eye. Please don't give me that little baby line that y'all be doing with the eyeliner pencil. That is not cute. That's this you can go in with some more eyeliner. The point is to change the eye. Just don't be afraid of the eyeliner. You can put some more on. Put some more on. I like to go in after I put that on and just set that with some black eyeshadow. I like to dust off my excess powder that I have everywhere. For my blush, I go back into my Juvia's palettes, my Juvia's Place palette, go into this like deeper red color and grab my fluffy blush brush. Start at the very, very high points of my face, and then I'll go up from there, just kind of blending that up, and then I'll take it, start bringing it downwards, still going in upward motion with my hand. Same thing over here. A little bit of red going under there. Boom, to tap, to tap, boom, to tap, and then taking it above on the forehead a little bit there. Now I'm going to go in with this this pinkish color and start at more of where my cheeks start, my actual cheekbones. Place that there, and then I'll go at an upward motion. Blending that. Next, I'll take some orange eyeshadow from my James Charles palette. This little orange here. And I'll go above the red and the pink. So like kind of on top of it, closer to the eye. And then blend that out. And that just kind of gives it such a pretty, I don't know, it just makes it so pretty to me. So for the lips, it's a good idea to apply some chapstick or Vaseline or anything before you go into the lips, just so they're not sitting under there dry under the lipstick. I'm gonna line my lips, so I'm gonna start at the corner. Actually, I don't know where I'm gonna start, but I'm gonna line the lips. Just fucking follow along. This color is Brixton Liquid Lipstick by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I use this color a lot. It's like a peaches, reddish color. A darker color, usually a brown or a blackish color. And I'll go onto the corners of my mouth so I can darken that. So it looks like the corners of my mouth are kind of pushed back, and then I'm gonna brighten the center of my lip so my lips can look like. Any concealer really will do the trick. Just put it right in the middle and blend it out. So for underneath my eye, I really just fancy a cute little black line. So I have this angled kind of fluffier brush, and I'm just gonna go right on my waterline. All right, after you have that black under the eye, I like to take that brown that we were using and just kind of that foundation brown with that foundation brush, just kind of blend that out so it doesn't look too hard underneath the eye. Dust off any excess powder that I have here really quickly. I'm going to spritz my face with this moisturizing water. Time for the highlight. All right, finally, I'm going to take my highlighter brush. This is my favorite part. Jamie, Charlie, Jamie. Spritz my brush there. I'm obsessed with this gold. These two golds, I kind of blend them a lot on my nose. So I'll take this gold, and this is what makes my nose really pop for me. This gives my nose everything. So I'll take this, starting kind of at the bridge, and then following that V shape up. And then I'll take it kind of down just a little bit. And then I'll add some highlight to the tips of my cheeks here.
Ooh, is it you saucy?
From there, there's like a little bit brighter shimmery color in the James Charles palette here next to that gold. What'll give, and this is really what makes it really pop and stand out to me. We'll just go right on the bridge here with this color. So I'm definitely gonna go into a more in-depth video about my lashes in the near future, but I cannot do that right now. This video is going to be 23 years long, and I can't. Give me 2 seconds. And this is the finished look, darling. She's back, she's here, she's ready to be queer. Bitch, it's me, motherfucking April Rose. You guys, this is the finished look. Normally I would not be wearing this wig or something of this sort, but I'm doing this photo shoot afterwards, so I was like, let me just go ahead and get ready. I got my dress on, got my nails on, got my tits in, and I'm feeling the fantasy. If you guys like this video, please, 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 please give it a huge thumbs up. I really, really need it. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I'm gonna be here at least once a week, so be on the lookout for new videos. If you guys have any suggestions on what you guys wanna see, anything drag related, anything dance related, anything like reviews, or I mean really just whatever, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. I will try to look at those. I'll be replying to all the comments that I get on my videos and things. So be leaving comments and things so I can look into all of that and see what you guys want to see. Go ahead and follow me on all my social medias if you're not already. They'll be listed in the description box below. I would love to see your drag transformations. If you want to tag me on social media or anything, send me some videos or some pictures. I would love to see what you guys are doing with this. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I will see you guys in a couple of days. Hopefully I should be right back. I'm gonna try to get videos out, if not Mondays and Thursdays, then Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm gonna be doing some get ready with us videos with some other local queens in the city, and some other bunch of shit I plan on doing. So just be on the lookout for all those videos. Yeah, I've again starting to talk way too much. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.